Hello everyone, I'm Mohammed Lubaidan. Do you like gaming? Have you ever thought of buying or owning your own computer that can do whatever you want with zero problems? Do you like building stuff? If you say yes to any of those questions, today is your lucky day because we're going to be talking about the general idea of how to build a gaming PC or a strong PC. Um, if you say, sorry, I've been a gamer since I was a kid. Since I was 10 years old, I used to play in console, which was a PS2. I mean, PlayStation 1 and 2, yeah. And I switched to PC gaming last year, and I had to build my own computer. So I did my own research back then. And I did it again just to make sure that you guys have the right information to do this, or to do it the right way. Today I will be explaining the main parts of how to build a gaming PC, which are 1. The performance parts, 2. The indispensable parts, and 3. The external parts. Now since we had a little taste of what we're going to be talking about, we can move on to the main course. First group of the 3 groups of generate is the performance parts. These parts will help your computer or PC to perform better, smoother and faster. For example, you can open any heavy game or program and your computer still won't have no problem. I put those at first because they're important. I think they're the most important thing, because if you don't have a good performing parts, then your PC is gonna be, and it's not gonna be as good as it's supposed to be. First part is the CPU, which stands for the Central Processing Unit, and I would define this the brains of the PC or the computer. It's the logical thinking section or part of the PC. It's like a job. What it does is it receives and it gives a task to the PC or to the other parts, and that's it mostly. If your CPU bad, old, or low quality, then you'll have problem with the speed of the response of your computer. For example, like it won't be fast, it won't be smooth, and if you open up a program, it might freeze or lags a little bit. The second part of the performance group, performance part, is the GPU, and it stands for Graphic Processing Unit. I would define this as the sight part of your brain. What it does is it shows you the picture of the best quality, like the best quality picture of the game or program you're using or whatever. And if you have a low quality GPU, then you might have a problem with graphics. For example, like if you have a low quality and you start this game, you won't have the best or the clearer picture of how the CPU, the GPU can give you. Like for example, you might get like HD only, but if you have a good GPU, a 4K one, then you're gonna get a 4K picture. And also, yeah, if you have a low quality one, it might not stand or be able to make you open a heavy game or a heavy program just because it's too low. You have to match what you're trying to do with your computer. The third part of this group is the RAMs, and it stands for Random Access Memory. I would define this as the short memory of the short-term memory of the computer. What it does is gives you the ability to use more than one program or game at the same time with no problem. So, and it goes like not the better or the older or low high quality only. It goes the more RAMs you have. So it goes 2 RAMs in one PC, or you can have 4, 8, 16, and I think we got to 32 if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 64. I'm not sure about that, but 32, that's what I've seen the most. But yeah, the more you have, the better, because you can open up as many programs as you wish, but still won't have any problems. The fourth and the last part we're gonna be talking about in this group is the storage. Storage is the long-term memory for the PC. What it does, you save files in it. So the bigger you have, the bigger or size you have for it, the better, because you can like save or have as many programs and games as you wish and still won't have a problem with your computer. The second group is the indispensable parts. these parts are the most important parts for the PC, because the other parts, which is the performance part, will be dependent on those. The first part we're going to be talking about is the motherboard. It's the most important part in the PC. Why? Because it holds all circular components such as the CPU, the RAMs, and the connectors, or the connectors for the input devices. We're going to be talking about the input devices later in the last group, which is the external parts. What it does, it holds them in a kind of give everybody like it's like a supervisor, I would say, and make sure that everybody's doing great, and everything, and it holds all the parts, all the important parts. The second part is the power supply. I would define this the part that makes your PC alive. What it does is it gets electricity or power to your computer. So without it, your computer won't start. So this is one of the important ones. For this, it doesn't really matter for if you're having a low quality PC or a mid quality PC. Where it matters is when you have a high quality or super fancy PCs, because they have to have a certain power, so you have to do your research to get them. And the third part and the last in this group is the cooling devices. I would say those are the safety. They keep the computer safe or the parts safe, and it cools down. What it does is it cools down your PC parts, but mostly the CPU, because the CPU can get pretty hot. I've seen videos people cooking egg on that tiny piece or that tiny part, so it gets hot, really hot. There's two types of this cooling device. There's fans, which is like the normal. You can use the fans for low, mid, and high. And then there is the liquid type. They call it a liquid coolant device, and you can use this for the high quality and fancy. You can use it in the rest, but you won't need that powerful part for the PC if you're doing like low to mid. The best thing to do is to combine both of them and have them all in the same both in the same PC. That will help your PC stay cool, calm, collective. And the third group of what we're gonna be talking about today is the external parts. These parts mostly not inside your PC box. They're like I would say accessories kinda, and they help your PC look better, fancier if you want like the setup and stuff like that. First one we're gonna be talking about is the monitor. That's what your PC wants you to show. That like this is what you and your PC connect, kinda like the connection gate between you and your PC. What the PC wants you to see, you're gonna see it through the monitor, and it just shows you your program and the pictures or graphics. So for the monitor, there is a lot of types, but mostly what you care about is the Hz, I would say, or the frequency. So it goes from 60 to 240. When I first bought my PC or build it, I had a 60 Hz monitor. It used to give me only 60 frames per second. That's really bad, low, like really low. So after that, I bought another monitor which was 240 Hz, and now it's like way smoother, way faster, and you can tell the difference between them. So I would suggest like buying something that matches your graphic cards. This is how it goes. The monitor always goes with the graphic cards. Like they both had kind of to match. And the second part is the mouse. Easy, the mouse, the pointer. I would define it as it's the hand-operated device that helps the user to point at things and select. For gamers it differs, but for like usual users or like just users, PC users, programs and stuff, I don't think it matters. But for gamers, because as you say, you want it to have more accuracy when you're playing and stuff like that. But usually this part is only just to make your computer fancy. You can have one that lights up and gives you colors and stuff. And the third part in this external group, external part, is gonna be the keyboard. It's the input device that allows the user to enter letters, numbers, symbols, or characters in general. What it does, it helps you communicate with your computer. So communicate with the computer. It makes you input data in the computer. Data. And doesn't really matter too. You can there's like a lot of types of it. There's like only the letters and the numbers, and then there's like one that's big and small. So it depends on your how comfortable you would be. So you choose whatever you want, and you'll be okay with whatever you like. The last part of this group is the PC tower, or the box, or the case. So there's like 3 names for it. What it is, it's the part that holds all the important components, which is the motherboard, CPU, GPU, RAMs, storage, power supply, and cooling devices all together. They will be inside it, and its job is hold them and protect them. It doesn't really matter, but I would suggest having a tower or PC tower that has a lot of ventings, so you can have more air coming in, and that will help your PC to stay calm, cool. And I think after knowing all the important parts to build a PC, now we can move on to the last tip, which is the conclusion. To conclude, I have talked about 3 groups of parts to build a PC. The first group is the performance parts, and they are CPU, GPU, RAMs, and storage. And we talked about each of them and their jobs. And then the second group is the indispensable parts, and they are the power supply, the motherboard, and the cooling device. And we talked about them too as well. And then the last group we talked about is the external parts, and they are the cosmetics or the accessories of the PC, which are the keyboard, the mouse, the monitor, and the PC box. I hope that everybody learned something new today. Having a strong PC can help you do whatever you want with no problems. And thank you for listening. Hope you all have a great day.